Hey guys, it's me, Ria here. Early morning, early-ish in the Northeast. Really nice, hot and humid, as always. Hope you guys are all having an awesome day, night, evening, wherever you are. Just hopping on before I start my day, get out and about. Just wanted to talk about the whole subject matter, which is huge in our community, that we always hear about, and that is self-love. Self-love. And is that not the hardest thing from the human perspective, to love thyself, to love yourself? And we hear so much about that. And when I hear love yourself, love all the things about yourself, immediately, you know what comes up? The energy that is created? It's resistance. Because immediately it causes love myself, love those body parts, you know. And yeah, sure, we should love all those aspects of ourselves because they are gifts that help us to be and create and cultivate everything that we are and everything that we're to share and to bring forth whatever energy we bring forth in this experience of being human. But I just wanted to share something with you that has been coming to mind since I touched upon this in a video last week. And it's this image here, guys. I want to share an exercise. I want to share my perception on a way to love yourself more fully without the resistance. That's what I want to share real quick. To love yourself without creating the angst and and that kind of stuff, to help us on our path to a true self-love. And it all comes down to this image, because this image, guys, is representative. Let that plane go by. That's beautiful, because even the plane to me represents a higher perception, because it's elevated above the earth and it can see things from a higher view. And this is kind of relates to how I want to share this exercise in self-love. But it's not even an exercise, it's my truth. I won't say it's truth, the ultimate, because our truth is whatever we believe within our own self, within our own life, within our own energetic field. But this is, to me, the perfect representation of who we are. We are all beings of light. Everything is made up of energy, vibrating light molecules. I'm not sure if molecules is the right phrase, but vibrating light, and dependent on how fast or slow something's vibrating determines its solidity. That is what all matter is made of. All. Gas, liquid, solid. And this is, to me, what we are essentially. When we came into the physical vessel, we are beings of light. We're rays of pure God source energy. So most of you guys, I'm pretty sure, would agree with that. We're all rays from the divine light. We all are God's source energy. Some might say we have it within us, but it's not who we are. That's only an illusion of separation. We are it. We are God's source energy. This is the image that portrays who we are. It even looks like our head, our arms, our body. So if we can accept this is who we essentially are. We're becoming more and more tuned in, more connected to those beings of light that we are. Beings of light, earth angels, God rays, however you want to say it. That is the essence of who we are, chosen the human experience to create an illusion of separation. So that means, even though we create an illusion of separation, all those little things that we don't like about ourselves, that we find hard to love, in reality, they're just illusions, because this is the essence of who we are. So if we can look at self-love, and I'm just sharing this, you guys can do what you want, but I'm just sharing my perspective because it excites me and it makes me realize, wow, I don't have to force myself to love my rolls or my stretch marks. Yeah, they're beautiful. I can look at them in appreciation and say, oh, they're beautiful. They served me. I have stretch marks because of my kids. It was a beautiful experience. Thank you. I can look at it that way, but it is still really hard for me to say, oh, I love you. I can look at it as appreciation, but it's hard for me to say, oh, I love you. I love you. And some of us can do that, and that's great. Some of us who can't, if we look at the truth of who we are, because the truth is we're not the rolls, we're not the stretch marks, we aren't the lines, we aren't the bad attitudes, we aren't the so-called mistakes we made were none of that. It's just an experience to experience the love that we are. So if we go straight to the source of who we are, it makes self-love so much easier. It's like you cut to the chase, you cut through the middleman, and you go straight to the source of who you are. I think all of us watching this can say, oh my God, I love that. I can connect to that. But when you're trying to force yourself to love something that you're really not totally in love with and just say, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. But if you don't have the feeling behind it, it causes a resistance and actually prevents you from connecting to the light that you are. So if you can find something you're truly grateful for, that you truly love about yourself and truly connect with, that is in alignment to this, then self-love flows, it emanates. You've stepped into the light of who you are. So what I've been doing, and I mentioned this before, is before I get out of bed, who are we? We're vibration, we're energy. We can feel into that vibration. Before I get out of bed, even if it's for a minute, I'll lay there and I'll just see how my body's feeling. I'll check in. I'll feel the energy vibrating. I'll just feel it. And I'll breathe in. And I know the source of who I really am is pure love, light, energy, God source energy. So I'll breathe that. I will imagine this image, and I will imagine I'm breathing in. I'm expanding the love and light that I am in my heart, because that's kind of where our communication platform is. That's where we hear and communicate God's voice. That's where we feel. But it's not just in my heart area culminating. It's in every little cell. Say I got a little bit of pain at the top of my head. I will imagine that light illuminating and that little pain in my head. I will expand my energy through faith. But feeling, because you feel it. As you focus on your energy and feel your vibration, you can feel it vibrating faster. You can feel it. What you bring focused awareness to grows. So before I get out of bed, I imagine this is my total being. I'm breathing in and I'm just imagining that I am that being of light. I am that light angel. And I imagine it and I feel it. You can feel it. So you're not just forcing yourself to believe something you really don't feel. You can feel your body vibrating. You can feel the tingles when you bring focus and breathe. And tune in, let it rest, and you can feel and breathe out. And as I breathe out, I imagine the expansion. That's where the expansion is taking place. I'm breathing in, it's culminating. And as I breathe out, my heart, my being, every cell that I'm made of, mind, body, spirit is exploding in that light. It's expanding and illuminating in that light. And then I leave it at that. That is such an easy way for self-love. I can connect to that. I love it with every bit of my being. I believe that's what I am. So I can let go of the resistance of trying to love the little particular things that are really an illusion anyways. I can kind of bypass that and go straight to the love that I am and illuminate that. And then when I step out of my bed, hey, good morning, angel. And I'm talking about angels of light. Oh, I'm so happy your dad's improving. I did. I just imagined him. Also, I imagine your dad, just this light expanding within him, because that is the trueness of who we are. It is it's our true essence. And I was just talking about self-love and how hard it is to love ourselves sometimes. So if we just cut to the chase and tune into something like the true light that we are, it makes it so much easier to love ourselves. We can let go of all the resistance, all the things we hold ourselves in judgment and criticize. But if we can just tune into the light, then we can live in that light. So as we tune into our light, and that increases our vibration, that increases our frequency. Unbelievable. Tuning into this aspect of you and feeling that love and the light vibrating and connecting with that will create a much higher frequency than trying to force yourself to love something about yourself that you just don't feel. And that's okay, because the more and more you tune into this, those other things won't even matter. You won't have to force yourself to love them, because you're loving yourself for the truth of who you are, not the illusion. Oh my God, this makes self-love so much easier. And then when you step out of the bed in the morning, after you've imagined and did this 1 minute exercise, everybody has 1 minute. Everyone has 20 seconds before they step out of bed to tune into this. And that immediately raises your frequency, connects you to the light that you are. When you step out of bed, what you're vibrating, your reality creates. You step out of your bed and you step into this. You step into a life that reflects that light. How beautiful, how simple, how amazing. And I even got all the tingles. I don't have to force myself to love a line or a scar or extra whatever beautiful fat cells in me. I don't need to try to force myself because it causes resistance. All I can do, I can go straight to the source of who I really am beyond any illusion created and love myself and exemplify this and illuminate that and step into that, guys. This is who we are. The human vehicle is just for the experience, but this is the truth of who we are. And when we step into that and we raise our frequency, that is what we allow. That is what we allow. Because so much, when someone says you need to love yourself more, immediately it can conjure up stuff that you feel almost guilty about. What does that do? It just brings that energy into focus. And it makes you try to force yourself into something you're really not believing or feeling. But when someone says you're a pure light being, God source energy, to me that's so much easier to take. And you know why it's easier to take? Because it is the truth. It is the truth of who you are, guys. You're not the skin. Even though it's beautiful, it's a vehicle, it serves the experience of the expansion of love, but it's not the truth of who we are. So that's why we have that dissonance. That's why we have that little in us. And some of us are so good at really appreciating and saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. That's beautiful. But I'm just trying to find the easiest way, the path of least resistance. Because that is what God is about, path of least resistance, flow. All right, guys, so I will do a quick power of 3, like I said on my post here. We'll just ask for the human perspective. I love this book because it just gives little examples from the human perspective, things that we do experience on an everyday life in our reality, in our experience of being human. It isn't always, we don't always just feel this. We feel this stuff. So I'll just ask for a collective. Thank you so much, too, for joining, Angel. It's so nice to have your energy present. And I just ask for the paragraph that helps us to actually resonate and expand this of who we really are. Whoops. I'll do one more. That was a blank page. But all right. So I did initially pull the blank page, so I don't want to ignore that. That is just a reminder for all of us that every moment is a blank page. Every moment truly is a new beginning, and all new beginnings start. Let that plane go by. Higher perception. Whenever a plane goes by, it's always telling me higher perception, where our messages are from a higher perception. Always look for the higher perception. Don't get too zoomed into the little wart on your finger. Look at the higher perception of who you are. So the blank page to me is just a reminder to know every moment is a blank page. It's a new beginning, and it starts with a shift of energy. And how do we start our shift of energy? Every single day, or even in a moment when we're feeling all frustrated. Just tune into this real quick. This will shift your energy really darn quick. Bring focus to the light that you are and who you really are at source. This will shift your energy. If you imagine this before you step out of bed, you step into this. That's how you create that blank slate, that new reality to shift before your very eyes. This is all wide open. That light is wide open. It's open to receive. It flows with the energy of God. And that's what we are every second. Every moment is a blank slate, guys. And when we can step into that, we immediately let go of all resistance. We let go of judgment. We let go of criticism. We let go of self-hatred. We let go of the conflicts within us if we just tune into that light. And if it takes 1,000,000 times a day, just for that little visual, that quick little breath, so be it. How beautiful. So the actual paragraph is, right before deciding to publish this book, a lot of planes today, I personally slipped back into my own logical way of thinking. My logic was fear-based. When I almost slipped back into my old way of life, I had the opportunity to take on a business in which I was working on as an independent stylist. The lady I was renting my hair station from decided to sell. The business came with a rundown duplex and was more than she could handle. So she was selling it. She wanted me to buy it and me to rent to her instead. I was fearful of where I would go when the building was sold. I was afraid that I wouldn't find a new convenient location because I sold the home that I originally operated out of. So I was renting from this lady and she was selling, and I was afraid that if I didn't explore the option to buy it, that I would be left without whatever. I decided a logical solution would be for me to buy it. After all, That is all I have ever known to do. Hair, renting. I owned my own shop and rental apartments all of my adult life before I decided to simplify my life, sell my duplex, and work part-time. I convinced myself that God wouldn't punish me in this direction, wouldn't push me in this direction if he didn't want me there. Besides, nothing else I pursued seemed to be fruitful. I made everything fit logically in my mind, even though it wasn't really what I wanted to be doing. I was compromising and giving into old ways. So I thought because the opportunity was presented to me that God would want that. But you know what? We're the God creating the opportunities in order to see if that's the path we want to continue on. And just like I just said a second ago, every moment is a new path. The fear is what holds us back from shifting to the energy to embrace our new path, guys. I was a little bit in fear mode. I knew I wanted to cut hair since 4th grade, and I started my business at 21, and I got married young the first time, and had a house, and had my shop in my house, and had my 2 kids there as I was working, and it was all great and dandy, but it was all I ever knew up to this point. And at this point, it was my later 30s, and I figured I had to stay on that path because it's what I known. It was a little bit scary to step out of that, and how would God really provide for me? So it is just an example, and I was at a crossroads. I could take the path that I always chose, the path that I knew, or I could take the path of something new, even though I had no answers, even though it felt like just slipping into a void, but it felt good to me, even though it was scary. That paragraph, I think, is just saying, don't be afraid to let go. If you're embedded and have this job or this profession or this career or this home or this place you live, and that's all you've ever known, but something within your heart is just like tired of that. It's done it. It's fulfilled its purpose there, and it's time to move on to something else. It's encouraging you to step into that something else, to step into it. The universe, unbelievable planes today, guys. It's really telling us to take that higher perspective, to step into that new path of the unknown. It's all light, it's all love, and as we step into the light and love that we are, we will be presented new opportunities because we've shifted to an energy of a greater self-love, which will present us greater, loving, fulfilling, peaceful experiences if we can stay tuned into the light that we are and kind of let go of the fear. Acknowledge it and say, hey, I realize this is just a fear. I'm kind of just still hanging on to an old paradigm, an old belief, an old thought form, an old way of being, and that's okay. I understand that. But you know what? I'm going to trust in who I really am, and I'm going to step forward into that new path. And then Gaia's guidance. We'll see what Gaia's guidance has to say. Just a card that calls forth our higher perspective. All the planes. It's all about the planes. There must have been at least 4 of them that have gone by since I started this message. And that is a message in itself. Always look for the higher perspective. Don't stay caught in the face value of something. Take that higher perspective. If I was this and living in this, what would this frequency see? What would this frequency see for me? And there goes another plane. I have never heard so many back-to-back planes going by in my entire life. That might be number 5. I would have to go back in the video and watch it. But it's, oh my God, I got the goosebumps affirming that. 5 represents change, spontaneity, impulsiveness, and it's saying through your higher perspective, step into that change the heart yearns for. Thank you for that, universe. Through shifting to that new perspective, by shifting into the frequency of who you really are, a true self-love, not a forced self-love, a recognition of what you already are, you can shift to that new frequency and allow the change to come to you, to be reflected back, because you have taken on and decided through your own free will and creation to be that change. Tune into the frequency of who you really are and let that be reflected through opportunities of change. Oops, okay. Mother Earth, oh, there go all the cards. Obviously, they needed a new do-over, a new mixing up of energy. Mixing up of energy, and that even brings the point of frickin' A, do something different. Mix it up. Your routine, mix it up. Do something first that you would have done last. Like, I like to mix it up. Sometimes I'll go for my exercise first. Sometimes I will present a message in my run or in my exercise. Sometimes it's before, sometimes it's after. Sometimes I do the cross breath first, sometimes I do it after. Oh my God. So this whole message today, guys, was, thank you, Angel, was to do with self-love. This is the card of self-love. love. Because what it's talking about on the back is acceptance of self. Holy crap, I just love the way the energies always sync. And this is what we feel like when we try to force ourselves to love things about ourselves. We even, like me personally, I'll even feel bad when I really don't feel the love for something to do with my physicality that I really wish I could. And what does that do? It creates resistance. It makes me feel bad not to be able to accept myself. So just let it all go. It's an illusion anyways. Let it go. Tune into the light of who you are. I feel so good about accepting this. I love this. And I know, and I believe, and I appreciate my physical vessel, but I appreciate this. This is what I really connect to. And I love my experience. I love the earthly senses. But when we run ourselves over, beat ourselves up with all the resistance, this is what we feel like, another plane. Okay, so that might be number 6. 6 is to me the number of peace, balance, harmony, what it represents to me, bringing together, going back to the way you felt in youth, connecting to the heart of who you are when you were a kid, free to express and be you completely without judgment. Remember that time, guys? Especially us girls, before we hit puberty and when we really loved ourselves and we could wear anything we wanted and we didn't care, we didn't have that judgment. This is what that card is showing us. Go back to the way you felt before you were insecure about the bathing suit you wore, before you were insecure about, wearing those shorts and t-shirt. We didn't care what we wore. We felt good about it. And another plane. We felt good about it. Number 7, that is, to me, represents divine frequency, connecting to the divine, connecting to the mystical, connecting, reflecting to the inner part of you. Connecting to this is what it means to me. All right, so this is what it feels like. We're dried out. We don't have any life because we haven't nourished ourselves, because we've been creating an even greater illusion of sucking our energy and criticizing ourselves and judging ourselves and thinking we're not good enough, and oh my God, I can't love myself like I'm supposed to, and creating all this resistance. When we let go of all this resistance, this dried up heart, because we are essentially heart. The heart represents love of who we are. What is love? It's pure love and light, God source energy. This is who we are. When we can tune into this, accept this, breathe into this, and we feel it, we feel the physical vibration, we can let go of this self-hatred, criticism, judgment, that illusion of not being one with this. This is what we're really, really being called to. And this is what is really called of us in order to shift to that new reality, to create that new reality, to create that heaven on earth, to create that age of Aquarius, to live in that golden age, whatever you want to term it. It already exists. Everything already exists now. It's just a matter of matching the frequency. And when you can match this, know that anything that you run into is just like, it's like another plane. This is a record breaker for today. Know that any other little thing you see that doesn't feel good, it's just, or that brings up struggle and challenges, just know it's that a little residual energy just working its way through its life. Allow it to flow. Don't judge it and say, oh, you're just that little bit of a residual energy when I was looking at myself like this instead of this, and let it go. And you can even infuse your light in it. Like say, I don't know, anything. Say all of a sudden you're mad at your spouse, husband, partner, brother, sister, coworker, because I can get that a lot. And I can really hold myself I hold myself really accountable when I feel those not so good feelings. But I just got to allow them, accept it, take that perspective of the plane, a step back, and just say, oh, that's just the human playing out old energy. It's okay, because I know the truth of who I am. This is the truth of who I am. And let it go, and we can flow, and then we don't put that resistance, and we don't create those walls, and we don't judge ourselves, because we can be told all the time, self-love, 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 but as soon as something in our life feels yucky, or you have a fight with someone, or you find yourself judging someone, it's really a reflection of judging yourself. Another plane. Unbelievable. You would think there was some sort of air show going on. Anyway, so I will end it there, guys. Don't make self-love complex. Keep it simple. We all know this is who we are. Breathe into the light that you are, guys. And we're going to find the sun and do a quick cross breath, guys. I didn't start with my cross breath, so guess what? We're going to end with the cross breath. Let's see if I can, it's kind of a little bit of a, let's see here, cloudy sun. Hold on, guys. I love the sun because it's the physical representation, reflection. Where is it? Of who we are. I'll get it right there, peeking through the trees a little bit. Of who we are. It's like pure love and light. And when we tune in and when we take that breath, we're kind of breathing in and expanding and exploding the light that we are. The sun is a star. We are a star. Can you ask the universe to bring your, yes, first of all, before we take the breath, and I know this weighs heavy on you, angel, can you ask the universe to bring love partner to whom you want to get back with? Whatever is for your best, that reality already exists, angel. There's already a version of you with your perfect partner. Just match the frequency. Just match the frequency and it is yours. The resistance just comes, what I'm feeling for you is by focusing on it. When you're saying, will I, can I, it's reinforcing you that you don't have that love partner in your life. And for anyone else out there, it could be reinforcing you when you keep asking and asking, is it possible? Is it possible? You're almost asking with the disbelief in it, of that job, of that partner, of that body, of that health. Can I? Almost like with a desperation. And this is just a reminder, another airplane, find the higher perspective. Everything that you desire exists now. All is called of you is to match the frequency. When you find yourself questioning and maybe not believing there's a partner for you, angel, I'm going to make it real simple. Tune into who you really are. Tune into the cross breath. Tune into your light being. Tune into the angel of light that you are. Simply take a breath. Feel the love and heart and light within you, within your heart. Drop into your heart center and see it and feel it expanding. And know that is the process to be taken. That automatically shifts your vibration to a higher frequency to match that high frequency outcome you want. We all want that. And this is part of being the human journey, creating that little bit of distance in order to discover and expand the love by connecting to the love and realizing, holy cow, it was there all along. Angel, I'm going to go live with Angel, you're not part of the cosmic channeling, are you, Angel? The cosmic channeling course? It's funny you mentioned that, and you are my sign, Angel, because I've been meaning to go live with the cards. So you know what? I will go later today. Pinky swear. Pinky swear. I will go live. You're my push. I don't know why I've been a little, I don't know if I'm nervous or if I've just been not procrastinating, but finding other things to do. But you're my sign to go live with my cards today. I will do that today, and I will invite, look for your name when I go on. If I have the option to invite you personally, I will. I really don't know what exact time right now, but thank you for that. That means that I'm supposed to. You are the reflection of me to go live with my cards. So, Angel, know that partner exists. Tune into the love that you are, and that partner will be reflected in that love frequency. You don't want any partner. You want that partner that matches your frequency of the truth of who you are, because that will be the most fulfilling partnership. And look at that sun all of a sudden. There's your answer, Angel. That sun all of a sudden just got huge and bright. It's there. They're waiting for you as much as you are waiting for them. But stop the wait, tune into the light, and know that it is there, and then it can present. You're creating a weight and distance between you by noticing it's not there. Connect to the love that you are, and that goes with any desire that anyone has. All right, guys, nice deep breath in. This will remove our head. Breathe in deeply to the heart of who you really are, that light God source energy. Feel it expanding, culminating, not just in your heart, but spreading to every molecule and cell within your being, everywhere, all time, all existence. There's no space and time with God, the God that you are. There's no space and time between you and that relationship, that job, that house, that vehicle, that way of being, that health situation. There is nothing stopping you other than your frequency. Hold it. And exhale. Okay, guys, may you all shine with the entirety of all the light that you are.